question for you. Is marriage overrated?
Why aren't people getting married anymore?
A new Pew Research poll found that 2 in 5 young adults think marriage is an outdated tradition.
Marriage rates are at their lowest right now.
Is marriage really even worth it?
More than half of marriages end in divorce.
If you get married, you have to be stuck with this person for the rest of your life, right? That's why you get married. So that's why it's declining. Why would you get married if you want to have just one partner when you can have multiple?
Marriage is stupid.
Welcome to the Married AF podcast, the self-proclaimed greatest marriage relationship podcast in the world. My name is Matthew Powers, alongside my beautiful wife, Monica. Baby, how you doing?
Can you please start asking me different questions?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
That's a lot better.
What's crack-a-lackin' to the mac-a-lackin'?
Because you know how I'm doing.
I do know exactly how you're doing, but the people on the interwebs do not. But you're going to be doing much better after this, because boy, oh boy, do I have some fun stuff for us tonight. Recording on a late Thursday night.
Straight out of softball
practice.
I did put on some lipstick, though.
You do. You look hot. You look amazing. Even though right before we started recording, you said you look homeless.
I do.
But isn't that what all the cool kids are doing in school anyway? So you're just keeping up with the times.
Not a cool kid.
So speaking of school and speaking of high school, my mom and dad gave us some old boxes that they had in their attic, just my stuff from growing up. And we went through it the other night, and boy, oh boy, is there some fun stuff in there.
We've had some good laughs.
Very, very good laughs, some very cool stuff, old stuff, reminiscing stuff. But I pulled out some stuff that you had given me.
Oh boy.
And I know there's a lot more, so we need to find it at some point. But these were some Valentine's Day cards, a graduation card, and I just thought it might be fun to kind of go back and look what teenage Monica was thinking way back in the day.
Boy.
So this was a Valentine's Day card. No, this was a birthday card you sent me, actually. And it says...
I sent to you?
You gave it to me, sent to me, whatever. You gave it to me. It says, well, I finally found him. He's warm. He's sensitive. He listens to me. He likes long walks in the moonlight. He's fun to be around. What more can I say except that we both wish you a happy birthday? And it's a picture of a woman and a dog. But it says, you know, you're the one. I absolutely love you with all my heart. Love you, Monica. And then on the other side, it has Monica and Mr. Right. Mr. Right. Look at that. Yes, it does. It's fantastic. This next one is just a Valentine's Day card. And it says...
I don't see it. People can see this.
It's hilarious. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing I did say that I noticed is your handwriting hasn't changed one bit since high school to where you are now. This is a Valentine's Day card. It says, it's Valentine's Day, and I want to nibble your treats. I love you, Monica. That's a great one right there.
Are you sure that was teenage Monica?
Well, listen, we didn't do Valentine's Day much longer after. This one says, lucky me. I got you. Happy anniversary. I love you. Love ya, Monica. And I got a little bit of a lipstick kiss on this one right here, too.
Oh, my gosh. This looks like exactly the same color I'm wearing right now.
Is that not just tremendous?
Look.
It does. It really does. Even though I'm colorblind.
You're colorblind.
And I can't 100% tell. But this one really got me. This was a graduation one.
I wish there were dates on these.
I do, too. What's the Hallmark card say on the back? I don't know if they put dates on it.
Do they actually have like dates that...
Probably not. But listen to this one. This one got me. This was a graduation card that you got me. It says, this graduation card is one of a kind. But then so is the person holding it. And you wrote, I love you, sweetheart. I don't think you've called me sweetheart since probably that day.
I don't know that I've ever called you sweetheart unless I'm making fun.
You did at this point. It said, I love you, sweetheart. Have fun at Alabama and try not to forget that you have a girlfriend that's going to be in A-Town waiting for you to come home. I love you, Monica. But then on this one, it said, in the basket there is, number 1, a new alarm clock so you won't oversleep. Number 2, a dumbbell so I don't have to listen to you complain about being little. So that means use it. Work out. Number 3, 2 towels so you won't have to take your mom's. Number 4, I love this one. 3 calling cards so you can call me on your senior trip free. Number 5, 3 t-shirts, undershirts, so you will have plenty. Number 6, a flashlight in case the power goes out. You know how storms are down there. And number 7, a clothes basket to bring your dirty clothes home to your mom so she can wash them for you. And this is so sweet because it was just, even then,
I was a junior in high school.
you know, we're 17 and 18 years old. And even then, you're doing your best to take care of me. Always making sure that I have what I need. And then I'm not going to read it, but this is old school. Sending each other notes in class, in school. This is from high school right here. And it's a little
Who
longer.
wrote what? I wrote this to you?
You wrote this one to me.
Oh, boy.
And this is dated 4/5/2001. And to be able to go back and look through all this
That
stuff
is over 20 years old.
is phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to give it to you because you're going to try and read it.
I am.
And we're not
I
going to
wanna
read it.
know what I
All
said.
right, you want to know what you said? Here's what you got right here.
Have you read this
Oh,
already?
I read this. I absolutely have read this. So 4/5/2001.
I'm kind of nervous.
Matthew, hey baby. How was school this morning? My school was all right. Only took one test, smiley face. Next week, I'll probably take 2 or 3 depending on the teacher's attitude. No, wait, I won't take any because I will be taking SATs, sad face. Those are so stupid. Do you know what you made on them? Never mind. You probably don't because you don't know anything. I'm so ready to leave here.
So true.
I'm so ready to leave here. I'm bored. I didn't do well on the test I took. Oh well, sad faced. Do you think you will play today because it was raining at 8 o'clock this morning? Maybe you will. Do you want to play? Well, babe, I got to go. I got to wrap this up. I have 3 minutes left. I got to go. I love you. Love ya, Mon. Just the little notes. And we've got hundreds of these.
Yeah.
Laying
I tried
around,
to keep every single one of them.
sitting around in the attic.
Hopefully, they did, as long as they didn't get washed in the washing machine. If I kept them in my pocket,
Yes.
and they were not washed.
Some of them definitely got washed in the washing machine.
Some of them definitely.
But
washed.
it's so fun to just go back and read through it and see where we were at that point, because here we are 20 something years later. And
That was
2001. So 23 years ago, 23, almost 24 years ago. But it's so fun to go back and read through them, see where we were, see what was going on. And I'm just so thankful that we have been able to take that whole journey together, because if Thompson High School had anything to do with it, we wouldn't have. This was something else that I found, and this is hilarious and shocking all at once. Something called computer fun. It's when I was in the 12th grade, a senior in high school. Apparently, the school would put everyone's information into some sort of computer system. Maybe it would ask you questions. And there are two of them. My top 10 most compatible girls for girlfriends that are in the 12th grade. And then for the entire school, it also has your 2 least compatible matches and your best friend matches. But it says, congratulations. Listed below are the names of 10 girls that have been selected especially for you. These matches are based on attitude and interests that were expressed on the Computer Fun survey that you and others in your school completed. And it gives you your top 10, your rating. But the crazy thing is, it also gives phone numbers on this. Now, could you imagine this going on today? Like, it's your own in-school computer AI program dating service. And yeah, if I had gone with Computer Fun, we may not be sitting here today, because for the whole
I need to know now.
for the whole school, I mean, you didn't make the list. Do you want to hear what the list is?
I mean, do you want to?
I mean, it's fun. Why not?
I know, but how? Listen, I know who all I had to fight to keep away from you.
Tell you what,
I'm going to look at these names before you start spitting names out.
I'm not going to mention any names. I will give this to you once we're done, and you can peruse through it all you want to.
Yeah, because I'm going to look at it and go, oh my God.
I found this hysterical.
No, let me see your top, what was it, compatible people?
Yes.
And then your least compatible people.
Well,
see if I remember them.
No, not. Yeah, I'll give them to you right now. I'll let you go ahead and take those. Well, the first one is for the 12th grade, the seniors only. And the funny thing is, it gives phone numbers.
I don't know this person.
It's straight up saying, hey, here's the phone number. Let's get you guys together. Let's hook you up. I mean, what is this? What is the high school doing at this point? Can you believe this? It's hysterical. All right, and then the next page, that was just 12th grade. The next page is all that were most compatible for the entire school. That's not 12th grade.
Oh! I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian now.
Well, I mean, it's possible.
Most of these girls were in my grade.
Yeah. Is that not just so funny and so crazy at the same time? It's wild when you really think about it. So listen, I just want to say.
We should totally call these numbers and see if they're still in Alabaster.
Hey, I was looking through some old stuff from high school and she says we're completely compatible. What do you think about that?
Oh, I'm going to tell you the ones on this page. 1, 2, 3.
There's several compatibilities.
4. She's a lesbian. 5. She's a lesbian. 6 would be okay.
Well, listen, we made it, but had Thompson High School had their way,
But the funny thing is,
I don't know that we would have.
Wait a minute.
At all. Now, listen, we got to put that away because we can't look at that because nobody watching or listening can actually see what you're talking about or have any clue what's
They
actually
wouldn't have
going
a clue
on.
anyways. Well,
No, it doesn't.
nobody
matter.
from Alabaster listens anyways.
But no, according to the numbers, they definitely don't. If you live in LA or Chicago or Dallas or Miami or New York or any of that, absolutely. No, we don't need to look
I
at that
wanna
right
look
now
at
because we're running low on time already,
Go
and we
for
got
it.
to get into today. Put your phone away.
I'm listening.
No, you are not listening because
I
I'm about
promise
to
I'm
ask you
listening.
rapid fire questions that I would like your full attention on because I think these are fun and I think this is what makes our relationship great.
Ours?
Yes.
Oh.
Because we can ask each other these questions. We have real answers and we live this out. And that's why we've stood the test of time. So, number one.
So am I going to get these wrong?
No, you're not going to get these wrong. These are all open-ended questions for the most part, I believe.
All right.
Fun one. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Any superpower whatsoever, what would it be?
Ooh,
We've talked about this in the past.
I've got top 3.
I need number one. The only one you would want. It was such a hard question. This is something every couple should know. What is the superpower?
Okay, tell me what you think I have, and I'll tell you if it's in my top 3.
I'll tell you my top one.
I think I already know your top 1.
What?
Teleporting.
Yes, teleportation, absolutely. Number one. You know how amazing that would be? Just to be able to, boom, done. Wherever I want to go. I think you would like teleportation.
It was in my top 3.
I think you would like invisibility.
That is in my top 3.
Absolutely. And maybe be able to fly.
That is my top 3.
I nailed it. So which one's the best one?
I don't know because I have
my
never been able to fly or teleport.
Not teleport.
Can I try them all out before I pick one?
Absolutely. You most certainly can. So I thought that was fun. If our relationship had a warning label, what would it say?
Truth.
Ooh, that is good. Because the truth is painful. And a lot of people are not able to accept the truth, don't want the truth.
They get too deep into their feelings about the truth.
You know, truth is love. And that's something we don't get right a lot of the time.
Well, the Bible is truth.
It is, and it's love. And people think that the Bible is hateful and mean and old school and not relevant, but it's truth. And it's loving, and it's loving.
Old school. Yeah, it's been around 2,000 years.
Well, it's loving because it's true. And how much do you have to not like someone or hate someone to not tell them the truth?
Maybe a good reason why Christians get a bad rap.
It is.
They're just being honest in their beliefs.
Well,
but
and
nobody wants to go around telling people who are Buddhist or Muslims that your way's the wrong way. I mean, I'm sure that there are some Christians that do that.
Oh, that's why Christians. It's like Gandhi said. You know, I love your God. I don't love his people because we're nothing like him.
I love your Christ, but I don't love your Christians.
Exactly, because we're nothing like them. We like to spew the truth when it's convenient to us, but we do it in such a hateful manner Jesus did it in such a loving manner. He's going to love everybody, take care of everybody, care about everybody, be there for everybody. But he's also going to tell you the truth and say, hey, this is not the way you need to live your life, but he's going to do it in a loving manner. People don't do that. I like that. Our warning label would be truth.
What is it for you? What would you say?
I don't know. I think truth.
Why do I have to answer the
I think
question?
truth is. I came up with the questions. You're the one who's answering them. Come on now. What is one insecurity you have, or have you ever had in our relationship, if any?
That you're going to leave me for somebody else.
That's way back when. Way back when, because you and I had the exact same one. So we had the exact same one. I used to think the exact same thing. That was a huge insecurity. That she's going to realize that I'm a fraud, and she's going to find that the grass is actually greener on the other side.
My thought was always you were going to find somebody hotter and just leave me.
Yeah. Well, now you should know that ain't ever the case.
I wish I would have known in high school what I've known in my adult years, because you, my friend, are Jacob from Twilight. Isn't that what Jacob? You the werewolf?
Yes.
I mean, you imprinted on me so hard. You had no idea anybody was ever flirting with you.
Otherwise,
And
otherwise now, these names on this list would have been something.
Because I could see all the girls flirting and know that there's so much more than I was, and it didn't matter.
No, it didn't.
But I didn't know that.
No, and that's hard for people to.
Because I would
come
love
to
to go back and watch those situations and just laugh when they were happening instead of going, oh, I'm going to have to kill her.
Yeah, we don't want that. All right, so flirting. Let me take us to the next one then. Can you tell if someone is flirting with you?
Yeah.
I can't.
I know you can't.
I can't at all. So what are the things, how can you tell if someone is flirting with you? What is it that's like, yep, he's flirting with me?
They try to make me laugh right away.
That's it, huh? Laughter. Cheesiest pickup line you've ever heard.
Does it have to be used on me?
I would prefer it, but not necessarily.
I didn't never really have pickup lines.
Okay.
But a good friend of mine is my favorite one.
Let me have it.
Thank you, Jason Hamlin.
He had the best corny pickup lines.
They were so amazing.
They are the best. What is it?
Hey there. Do you know how much a polar bear weighs? No? Well, it's enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm Jason.
That is...
I want to know what pickup line he used on Charlie.
We'll have to.
I'm gonna
ask
have to ask him.
Gonna have to ask one day. Speaking of terrible pickup lines, this is borderline inappropriate, but that's okay. A guy we went to college with, I don't even remember his name, but he was from Canada, and his pickup line would always be, "Hey, you got any Canadian in you? You want some?" It's terrible, but makes you laugh at the exact same time. So, okay. What is one thing you do to keep the spark alive? Because this piggybacks onto another. What is one thing couples can do to keep the spark alive?
As in sex?
Yes, because the spark is dying for so many people.
So sad.
It is.
I don't know the exact thing. Has a lot to do with me liking to look at you naked.
I mean, partially, yeah. I would say that. I mean, that plays a part in it.
And I like sex. I like a you. I like a sex.
Thank you, Borat.
How much?
Very nice. But what's something people can do to keep the spark alive?
Pull the naked man.
It works most of the time.
60% of the time, it works.
Now that's Sex Panther. Come on, that's not the Naked Man. That's Sex
You
Panther.
can wear Sex Panther while you're doing the naked man. Then it'd be 100%.
You most certainly could. I think one thing is just letting the other know how much you want them. Mm-hmm. If you just do that, then hey, it'll be good to go. That's one way to keep the spark alive.
Yeah, but the other person has to believe it.
Well, they do, but you can also make them believe it. I think you can easily make them believe it.
Eventually, physical insecurities of someone, it's got to be a reason why the spark is dying.
Yeah, partially. I agree with that.
But I'm going to say this again because I've said it before. Turn the lights off.
If that's a need, shut them down.
If you need the lights on and know what you're doing, you ain't doing something right.
You're not wrong.
I'm going to be able to find you in the dark.
Yes, you most certainly
Especially
can.
if you got something I want.
Yes, you most certainly can.
Where does this podcast go?
I don't know, but it's always fun whenever it does. Why should couples go on short weekend one-on-one getaways?
Ooh, because you have a lot of sex without the kids.
That is one big reason why. You're able to really connect on those.
Yes. It's just you two.
Yes, and it needs to be just you two. And
not your phones.
No, put the phones
not
away.
Anything to do with work.
Put them in the hotel safe. And yes, you will have a lot of sex and it's awesome and it's great. But you also just get to be together. Mm-hmm. And you get to talk. And you get to ask each other stupid questions like this if you want to. And laugh and have fun.
Remember the why you're with each other.
Couples need to go on at least a minimum of one solo weekend getaway.
If it's just to the cheapest little room.
If it can just
to lock you two in.
It can be in your hometown. It doesn't matter. But just something outside of the home, one-on-one, just you two, at a minimum one time a year. You know, if you can do it more, great. You probably should. But at a minimum, one time a year, you need to do that just to be able to stay very, very well connected with one another.
We haven't done that this year, have we?
We did earlier in the year. It's about time for a second. We went to Orlando.
That was not this year.
That was last year.
See?
Holy smokes. All right, I better book a trip, huh? It's go time. Time to book a trip.
It's past go time.
It is past go time.
We just had a crazy year.
It has been a crazy year. What was the last thing you searched for on Google? You don't know?
I don't really search a lot of things on. Oh, yeah, I do.
What did you search for? What was it?
I had to explain the difference of medical terminology to my parents, and I didn't know the exact words to be able to tell them. I knew what it meant, but I had to dumb it down. Does that make sense?
It does. Okay. One of the last thing I searched for on Google?
Something sports related.
Nailed it.
What was it?
News on Juan Soto.
Has he made a decision yet?
No. How close to the Red Sox?
Did he meet with the Dodgers, really?
Yes. He's met with the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, and I think the Blue Jays. I do know.
Yankees, too, though?
Do know he basically told the Yankees, your farm system blows. I don't see a bright future here. But I still think it's going to come down to the most money. But you
think the Red Sox has got a better option?
Yes. Red Sox have one of the top farm systems in the whole.
Then why don't we bring somebody up?
Oh, just wait. Roman Anthony, Christian Campbell, they're coming this year. They're going to be the savior of the Boston Red Sox. But that was the last thing I searched for on Google.
I'm not surprised.
Not surprised one bit. Let's see a few more here. What is your definition of successful?
I think everybody has a different definition of successful.
Yes, but what is yours?
I feel like mine might be far-fetched for people because they might not necessarily understand. But for me, when you set a goal, you meet that goal, and then you start another goal. Because if you're continuing to set goals and meet those goals, you're constantly learning new things, and your brain will never stop going. I'm currently on a new goal.
That you are.
I completed all the other goals that I ever wanted. I'm not bragging, but I don't know many people that have done all the things that they've really said that they were going to do.
No, most people fall short. They're not patient enough to actually see it through. They're not necessarily willing to put in the work to make the sacrifice to achieve the goals that they have.
There was one thing that I said I was going to do, but I never did it.
What was that?
Because I changed my mind on it. because I would not be with you as much as I wanted to be.
And that is?
A flight attendant.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Oh, so you missed one.
But I changed my mind on it.
You did change your mind. You realized that, hey, maybe this is not all that I thought it might be cracked up to be. Seems to be awesome.
That would be so cool.
But maybe that's not what you necessarily wanted. A few more here. Can someone be friends with their ex?
No.
Why not?
They're ex.
So can't be friends with your ex, no matter what.
Would you want me to be friends with an ex?
Absolutely not. You want to know why?
Because you'd be terrified. You would be terrified. I do believe somebody could be friends with their ex, but the spouse of that person is going to always constantly think when you are with that ex, they're doing something behind your back.
Totally. Now,
Period.
See, I firmly believe you cannot be friends with your ex. You can't be friends. Now, you can be friendly and cordial. Absolutely. You cannot be friends because I am fully of the mindset men and women singularly cannot be friends because the man is always going to take it, especially to that other level, and always think, ooh, there is a shot that I can get with her. All I'm looking for is that one little opening, and then I'm going to take my chance. Now, men and women, yes, you can have friendships, but it's going to be because your spouse is friends and you're all friends together. You're not going to have singular, real deep friendships with someone of the opposite sex.
Yes,
You're
like
just not.
as in outside of work or school.
Correct. Because...
Or being friends with your spouse.
Yeah, so you're not going to have a friend of the opposite sex who you are texting daily or every other day, having texting conversation. It's just because the man is always going to try and take it to the next level. Every single time. I don't think that's possible. So no.
But I don't believe that the man is the only issue. I mean, it takes two to make a thing go right.
Oh, it most certainly does. I mean, women can be just as guilty, but I know men especially are always looking for... All I'm waiting for is my moment. Men will play the long game. They will play that long game as long as they possibly can, just thinking, one day I'm getting my shot and I'm going to take it. And she is not going to be able to say no to me, even though she most certainly will because she has
all of the
for so
things
long.
You're saying right now is just related to Alexander Hamilton. How am I supposed to say no to this?
Okay.
And then I'm not throwing away my shot. I mean, you're just spitting out.
Listen, we listen to Hamilton a lot. Cash loves Hamilton. Every time we get into the car, Dad, can we listen to Hamilton? It's like, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get to that spot. All right, just a few more here. What is the biggest mistake you have made in our relationship?
I don't have one.
No?
Because if I wouldn't have been able to make a mistake and the relationship wouldn't have been able to learn from what I shouldn't do.
I'll agree with that. I have no regrets about our relationship.
Not one letter?
No, not even one letter. No regrets.
No Scotty P?
Are there some mistakes? I made a million mistakes. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
A ton of mistakes. Some
here.
major big mistakes. But I agree. It wouldn't have led us necessarily to the point where we are now. Now, if I could go back, it'd be nice to maybe not make some of those mistakes, to maybe reduce some of the heartache and frustration and anger and all that. But
still,
again,
it would not be where we are today.
we are where we are today because of those past failures. And
Because
past
if we would
mistakes.
not have gone through those, we would not be where we are today.
No, totally. And it just shows the grace and forgiveness that you need in a relationship to be able to get to a thriving point to where we are now. But I wouldn't want to go and erase any mistake that we have ever made because we wouldn't be where we are.
Okay. I have a rapid fire question for you to answer now.
Okay.
Since you can't change any mistakes, is there one thing that you would go back and change? One thing that you would have done differently?
Differently? I mean, I'm sure yes. again, it kind of goes back to I don't know that I would, because I wouldn't necessarily be where we are now.
This is hypothetical.
But yes, if I could go back, there are plenty of times where I wouldn't have been so stupid and childish. And
no, I'm talking about it. Not changing a mistake, doing something different. Like you wouldn't have done this because you chose a different path.
Probably not.
It's
Probably
just a
not.
hypothetical.
Probably not.
Okay.
Unless I could have told myself whenever it first came out, hey, put all your money in Bitcoin. That could have worked.
Okay.
That'd probably be about it. Let's
lame.
see. Oh, that's not lame. It's not lame at all.
Bitcoin.
I mean, it's worth almost $100,000 of Bitcoin now.
Blah.
Wish I'd give you actual coins. Like if you owned a Bitcoin, you have an actual coin that's worth whatever the amount that it's worth. And it's not just some computer generated electronic type thing.
Okay, why don't you give me the computer generated type thing of the next question?
Oh, fine. I can do that. Our small group. We've talked about bringing the small group back.
Yeah?
And we've kind of both been thinking about it and praying about it and talking about it.
But not telling each other that we were thinking about it.
No, because it was just both on our mind. So why is it that you think it's important that we bring it back?
Like to our church?
Yes.
And not just keep it to the podcast.
Well, no. I mean, the podcast will still be here,
Okay.
but to bring it to the church. Why is it that you felt convicted to, hey, I think we need to do this again?
Well, seeing all the prayer cards of people that need major prayer over their marriage, there are so many new couples at church that we don't even know. There's probably a lot of people at church that don't even know that I'm your wife because they don't necessarily know who I am. Not that that matters. But for them to possibly know you and how you talk about marriage on the platform and how you're so passionate about it, and not knowing me, they don't know how we are together. I mean, unless they watch this, but I doubt it. But just to be able to help those that are going through those struggles, to know that they're not alone. They need to get that good circle of friends surrounding them to help them in different situations, not to just intrude on their marriage, but have biblical people in their lives that can help them when situations arise.
I agree. And I think just to let them know that, hey, a biblical marriage is awesome and fun.
Yeah.
Like we have a freaking great time.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun. And it's not just boring rule after boring rule after boring rule. I mean, there are hard and fast rules and principles, but it's a heck of a lot of fun when it's done the right way.
Absolutely agree.
And I agree. I see it. We're so passionate about it, but I see just the hurt that is out there and the longing for, I want this to be better. This is not as good as it should be. And feel like we are the people who are supposed to step in and help those people. That there is a void, a huge void there. And it's not something anyone wants to talk about.
Well, there hasn't been a marriage small group. I mean, there's small groups where I guess married people go together.
There are.
But it's not about marriage.
No, it's not. It's about other
there
things.
hasn't been one since we did that.
No, and that was 2 years ago. At least 2 years ago.
COVID.
No, we did them after COVID. It's been 2 years. We took a little break and then we did it again.
2021 then.
It may have been into 2021.
Because we couldn't fit any more people in our house.
Maybe in fall of 2021, maybe 2022. Anyways, it's been years since we've done it, and there hasn't been anything else there for anyone else, and there should be. Marriage is so important. It's the most important relationship we'll have on earth, and there needs to be people there to
and if you're
help
passionate,
facilitate.
yeah. I mean, if you're passionate about it, why not step in and do the things somebody else isn't doing.
Yeah, I think there's probably a reason there hasn't been another one that's popped up. The Lord's like, hey, idiots, let's go. I know I've got you doing this other stuff, but there's, some one-on-one, more intimate level of helping people than what you're currently doing.
And a stupid podcast.
Than a stupid podcast. I know we've got that.
Write the book.
There's other stuff there as well. All right, last one or two for you here. And we've gotten some stuff from this a couple podcasts ago. We've got more of them sitting here. But we've gotten these kind of card games for couples that just ask all sorts of questions and everything. What have your thoughts been on those? Because we've gone through several of them. And we've got, quite a few to still answer here on the podcast over the next few shows. But what are your thoughts on those?
I think they're fun.
I agree.
They're sometimes a little deep.
They can be really deep, which I think is good. But they're good.
Because some of them that you have answered, I've even gone, really? I wouldn't have thought that. I mean, people, of course, grow and change in different areas.
Of course.
But when you don't talk about things like that, if you didn't have this game, I might not have known that.
No, and I think it just opens up conversation, because that's, some of this stuff's not going to come up in regular conversation.
No.
You're not really thinking about it until it's prompted, but when it's prompted, you can give a real honest assessment and answer, and I think it can do a lot of good. It can just, help you grow deeper in your relationship.
Never have I ever wanted to know what you would have changed about me, but now I know.
And what is that?
My knees. They look weird. Do they?
So weird.
Do they?
So weird. Such weird kneecaps. Never seen anything like it in my entire life.
Lies.
Give me a bloody break.
Why did you say my knees?
Because you were so insistent of what's wrong with me? What don't you like? Well, baby, I love everything about your body. No, there has to be something that you don't like about my body. What is it? What is it? What is it? There's nothing. What is it? What is it? Tell me now. There's something you hate about my body. Tell me what it is. Fine, it's your knees. If I could change one thing, it'd be your knees. And then,
That was 15 years ago.
And you have not forgotten it one bit.
No, because my knees are weird.
I'll stand hard by that one. It's your knees. If I could change anything, I would change your knees and just shift the shape of them just a little bit. How about them apples?
Nerd.
You're ridiculous.
I made you even close your book.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, I've got more, but we're going to cut it off right there. You and your knees. Anything else? Any final thoughts?
I love you.
I love you too. But before we get out of here, Kingdom and Will, we haven't talked about them. They're awesome and amazing, and we are so thankful for them. You guys check them out, kingdomandwill.com. 15% off your entire order. Every order using promo code MarriedAF at kingdomandwill.com.
They have really, really soft shirts.
Super soft, super awesome. Check them out. It's awesome. All right, let's get out of here. I love you.
I love you.
God, we love you. We are so thankful for everything that you do. We don't deserve it, but you put us here and you chose us, and we trust you. This is yours, and everything we say or do, as much fun as we have, as silly as we are, or as serious as it gets, it belongs to you. And the hope is that you'll just take this to ears that need to hear it, that people can laugh, people can open up dialogue and questions and just conversations with their spouse, just to grow deeper in love and in their faith, and just become closer to you and closer to each other. And we are thankful for it. We give you all the glory for all you're doing, and we trust you with everything that you're doing. God, we love you. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Play ball.